3-minute rounds, fighting under 72 kilograms. That's at least the weigh-in weight. Probably these guys are going at each other at like 74, 75 kilograms.
Correction, we now have the cage door closed and locked, and these two touch gloves, and we are underway with the action.
Oh. Early 1-2 combination from Ganin. Sorry, Ladre.
Ladre with a big head kick that misses. Oh, and a takedown attempt here. Let's see if Alexander Ganin is able to prevent that from happening. It looks like at least he's in on a single there.
But
head position is not
Ganin trying to get the choke in. As a Muay Thai specialist myself, I would encourage knees in this position.
Of course, yeah, absolutely, specifically to the breadbasket, because as we know under the IMMAF rules, as amateurs, you're not allowed to knee to the head. Also, no elbows, notably. Here we see that we have Ganin, of course, trying to escape, trying to roll out of there, or potentially looking for an arm. The positioning doesn't seem to be good. Here we have Sten Erik Ladre now in side control, looking to isolate that head briefly, it looked like.
Yeah, doing a good job of staying on top so far.
No elbows permitted, so this is not necessarily like the best position for him. Under this rule set, at least. And of course, trying to build a base is Ganin, trying to get back to his feet, which is absolutely what I would recommend in this case. And now looks for a takedown of his own, maybe just to even the score, so to speak. He's in on that single leg and tries to turn the corner with him so he can dump him, but nothing doing. And now he's more or less lost that position.
Ladre doing a good job of defending that takedown, of staying up, but now Ganin succeeded. Now he's on top.
Yeah, but he finds himself in a triangle. That's a dangerous spot to be in. It's not crazy tight.
What do the EMMAF rules say? Can Ganin be striking the head?
He can be striking the head, but he's got to do it with a closed fist, or well, I guess it could do it with an open hand, but he cannot do it with an elbow. Does a good job of taking the back here, and he's got. Oh, this is a very dangerous position for Ladre.
Nothing too deep so far.
No, but I mean, he has those hooks, and he's really working for it. He's got 30 seconds or so.
And bleeding on the elbow of Ganin.
I don't think that's going to stop him here. He's looking for that neck.
Just 15 seconds left in this round.
Not a whole lot of time to work, no, but this is at least very, very important. Oh, and yes, he is able to secure mount there and prevent Ladre from, kind of rolling into him to take the top position, which on the scorecards, that's very, very important.
Absolutely. Strong finish to round number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent work from Ganin. Again, that experience definitely plays a factor, not just in terms of the amount of fights, but also in terms of the amount of composure.
He was on his back the first half of the round, but did a good job of coming back and finishing it strong.
Yeah, ate a little jab there, as we see. And again, immediately Ladre pushed him to the cage and tried to kind of get him into a position of control. He was able to briefly, but then Ganin, very aware, is able to kind of build up a base, escape, secure a takedown of his own, and then he spent the rest of the round really kind of having his way there. That was a dangerous spot for him early with that potential, triangle choke, but nothing there. And then here he takes the back and starts to try and look for a choke. And then eventually, when Ladre tries to kind of like roll into him, he's able to retain the top position and eventually get his back. Very good work.
Absolutely, and I would say a tough round to judge because both of their fighters had their moments.
Yeah, they definitely did. If I were to judge it, I would give a little bit in favor of Ganin. I would look at that potentially 10-9. Though, thankfully, not a judge, because that is a difficult position to be in.
Round 2, and that sounded like a nut kick.
It looked to the breadbasket to me, but yeah, very well could have been. Let's see here. Oh, and he's got that leg, and can he dump him is the question, or can he take him to the fence and
Does he want to?
I think he definitely does.
I go immediately for the knee.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you place it on the abdomen, you're good to go. But here, you know, the way that last round went, I definitely think that Gunnin has confidence in his ground game here. And I think that that's what he's going to look to kind of deploy. And here he's trying to drag him to the mat. He's in on the hips.
Not rushing it, taking his time with the takedown.
Yeah, well, it's a position of control, right? And that earns you a bit of a score on the judges' cards for sure. Maybe not the most. What you want is, of course, good offense.
And now trading some punches. And again, Ladre going for the takedown, now succeeding.
Dumps him to the mat, but then Ladre is on top here. Okay, but Gunnin tries to take the back there and manages to do so. Does he have his hands locked? No, he does not.
Oh, that's the knee I would go for, and again and again and again.
Easier said than done, but yeah, absolutely. And of course, Gunnin trying to secure a takedown here, if he can, and gets reversed and taken down instead. Let's see what he's able to do, if he's able to kind of, get himself out of that spot. Yep, he builds a base once again, and now he's in on the hips.
Doesn't seem to be too interested in Gunnin's back though. Oppa, and Gunnin goes for another takedown.
Yeah, now Gunnin in the top position. Let's see what he's able to do with this 1 minute remaining. Again, under IMMAF rules, this is 3 3-minute rounds, notably. Oh, and he gets swept there.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but these takedowns give good points, yeah?
Yeah, of course, it is all a factor. They use a 10-point must system, effective striking, grappling, aggression, and octagon control, so to speak, in that order.
And Gunnin is going for the, a leg lock, is he?
Gunnin, yes, he is. He is attempting a leg lock here. Let's see what he's got.
Doesn't seem to be too serious.
It has nothing there, yeah.
And Ladre again on top.
Yep, that positional control definitely has the potential to win him this round. Not a whole lot of offense from the top just yet, but let's see what he's doing. Yeah, he's swimming his way through. Short time here. Only a few moments remaining.
Boom.
A little bit of ground and pound there, not too bad, not too shabby.
Absolutely, and successful takedowns from both of these sides.
Yeah, I think Ladre probably had enough there to win on the scorecard, but really what I'm interested in seeing from here is, so here you see he's able to get that leg, get a hold of it, push him to the cage, and then attempts to take him down. Little exchange there. Gunnin, every opportunity he had, he was in on those hips.
Yep.
What I'm interested to see, though, is how exactly does Gunnin's gas tank hold up in this third and final round? Again, he is 38 years of age. He looks to be in great shape, don't get me wrong. But Sten-Erik Ladre, 23 years of age. Come on. The younger man here, obviously very lean, obviously comes in good cardiological condition.
Yep.
So, like, really, I think the fresher fighter here will end up being Sten-Erik Ladre.
We're going to see how successful was his camp, because if it was workout beer, then he won't last much longer than Gunnin.
Yeah, let's see. Both fighters looking composed.
Ladre had the same face at the walk-in, at the first round, and at the last round.
You'd almost think he's finished. Oh, and a head kick.
And a push kick, yeah.
Yeah, trying to go to work with that.
Seems to be advice from the corner.
Yeah, I think that they were like, hey, stop it with the grappling. Hit this guy. And that's what he appears to be trying to do.
Yeah, make those small gloves worth their while,
Yep. And Gunnin, of course, throwing offense back. Tries to pressure to the cage. Puts that knee up the middle, but then Ladre
falling into a choke there.
Ladre attempted a takedown, and now he's got that front headlock position. Does Gunnin, excuse me.
But is it dangerous? No, it doesn't seem to be.
No, nothing here just yet.
And again for the knee. I would go for the knee.
Wizard there and tries to. Ladre's almost got him down here. Yep, there we go. Gone in looking for that neck, but nothing locked up, nothing meaningful just yet. Hard to secure a choke from this position.
Looking composed, waiting for his moment.
Yeah, if he's able to get that arm through a bit better, then yeah, but nothing doing. And now Ladre on top in half guard.
Crowd chanting.
Sten is what I'm hearing.
Chanting is the word.
Chanting Sten, yeah. And he passes there, but not.
Gets the back.
Yeah, exactly. Looking to apply a little bit of ground and pound here. Still a minute left to work, so quite a bit of time.
I wouldn't say one fighter is more tired than the other one.
Positionally, this is not where you want to be with short time left if you're Alexander Ganin.
A minute left on the clock.
Body triangle's not particularly tight, but it's going to prevent him from being able to effectively escape. And of course, it can be even further complicated when you have those shin guards on. Gives a bit more grip. Yeah, and obviously, if he's not able to do something very, very fast here, Ladre will pull away here.
The leg lock of Ladre, the leg hookup seems to be working. Ganin is not getting out of it anytime soon.
What he did, of course, was he rotated to put pressure on that side where the body lock was, where the leg triangle was, and that got it to loosen up. And now really it's just about positional control. With short time, nothing really for Ganin to do.
Just nearly managed to get out.
Yeah, really good back and forth here. We have the replay. Good head kick earlier in the round. Overhand right as well for Ganin. Excellent performance for both men.
Teeme suure aplausi meie esimestele MMA fighteritele! Kohtunikud on minu kätte toonud jagatud otsuse. Ja meie esimese MMA fighti täna õhtul võitis jagatud otsusega sinine nurk Alexander Ganin. Auhinda kutsun üle andma Ramirent esindaja.
Split decision for this Estonian fighter Ganin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Alexander Ganin. That was an incredible performance. You used a lot of savvy grappling to take that one home. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Hello, Pärnu. Thank you very much. I'm here. Thank you, promoter. Thank you, Clash. Suured tänud, minu coach Jüri Gribovski ja kõik minu tiim. Suured tänud. Ma olen rõõmus, et ma olen siin. Ma tahan ütelda, et mul homme tuleb sünnipäev, mul 39 aastat ja ma tahan ütelda kõik noored kes mõtleb, et see sport noored jaoks, see ei olnud nii. See sport, kes on tahab, siis teeb. Aitäh. Aitäh.
You took on a young, hungry fighter and you were able to come away victorious. What do you see next for yourself in the sport?
I'm here. I'm nothing. Я скажу по-русски, я здесь. Я пока никуда не хочу уходить. Я хочу еще выступать. И я надеюсь, что Clash даст мне бой на следующем турнире, который у них будет. Спасибо вам большое.
Congratulations on your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Ganin.